The worst part about watching someone die slowly isn't the sleepless nights or the constant worry. It's the way other people treat you like a saint while secretly thinking you're an idiot for sacrificing everything. I've spent 5 years hearing variations of "You're so brave, Ellie" from the same people who'd never dream of doing it themselves. My phone buzzes. Another text from Savannah. "How's Mum today?" Sending love and light, complete with heart emojis. I delete it without responding. The hospice nurse just left, and Mum's finally sleeping peacefully. The morphine pump hums quietly beside her bed, our unwanted roommate these past few months. I sink into the armchair I've practically lived in, trying to remember what my life looked like before this became my whole world. I was 29 when Mum got sick. I had a marketing job I loved, a small but cute apartment, and actual plans for my future. Now I'm 34, living in my childhood home, and my biggest accomplishment is knowing exactly how many pills Mum needs at exactly what times. "Ellie?" Mum's voice, barely a whisper, makes me jump. I'm here. I'm always here, unlike some people. "What time is it?" "Just past 4, Beau called earlier." A lie, but a kind one. He hasn't called in 3 weeks. She tries to smile, but it's more of a grimace. "Such a busy boy, your brother." "Yeah, running his third failed startup must be exhausting." The bitterness slips out before I can stop it. Mum's hand reaches for mine, her grip surprisingly strong. "You don't have to pretend with me anymore, sweetheart." I'm not pretending anything. I heard Savannah last month when she thought I was sleeping. My stomach clenches. That day, Savannah had swept in, wearing designer everything, taken exactly 3 photos for Instagram, then spent 20 minutes in the kitchen telling her friend on the phone how she'd obviously get the house because she was the oldest. "Mum, don't worry about—" "I've been thinking clearly lately," she interrupts, her voice stronger than it's been in weeks, very clearly. The afternoon sun catches the silver in her hair, and for a moment I see flashes of who she used to be, the woman who ran her own business, who raised 3 kids alone after Dad died, who never took anyone's crap. "I need you to call Mr. Miller," she says. "The lawyer? Why?" "Because I'm tired of pretending too." She squeezes my hand again. "And because you deserve better than what they're planning." My phone buzzes again. This time it's Beau. "Hey sis, thinking of flying in next weekend. BTW, have you talked to any realtors yet? Might be good to get the house valued." Mum watches me read it, her eyes sharp despite the medication. "See? They think I'm already gone." "I'll call Mr. Miller," I say, something cold and hard forming in my chest. "But first, tell me exactly what Savannah said that day." "Oh, I'll do better than that." Mum reaches for the notebook she keeps by her bed. "I've been writing everything down. Every visit they skipped, every cruel comment when they thought I couldn't hear. The way they talk about you." She starts coughing, and I help her sit up, adjust her pillows. When she catches her breath, there's something different in her expression, something almost fierce. "I may be dying, Ellie, but I'm not dead yet, and I'm done watching them hurt you. I should feel guilty about what I know is coming. I should be the bigger person, turn the other cheek, all that stuff. But 5 years of swallowed words and forced smiles have left me empty of forgiveness." "Mr. Miller," Mum says, settling back against her pillows, "has some very specific instructions about my will, and your brother and sister aren't going to like them one bit." For the first time in years, I see my mother smile. Really smile. And it's not kind at all. "Call him now," she says, "while I still have the strength to sign things." I pick up my phone, and as I dial, another text comes through. Savannah again. "You're such an angel taking care of Mum like this. True blessing." Mum watches me delete it, and we share a look that says everything we've both been too polite to say for far too long. Savannah's heels click against the hardwood floors like tiny hammers in my skull. She's been here exactly 17 minutes, and I'm already fantasizing about accidentally spilling coffee on her white designer blazer. "The house needs updating," she announces, running a manicured finger along the windowsill. "These curtains are so dated, and that wallpaper has to go." Mum's asleep upstairs, finally peaceful after a rough morning. I grip my coffee mug tighter. The house isn't yours to renovate. Not yet, Savannah smirks, then catches herself. I mean, obviously, we're not thinking about that right now. How's she doing today? Before I can answer, Bo strolls in, phone permanently attached to his ear. Yeah, buddy, looking at maybe 800,000–900,000 after renovations. Prime location? He notices me staring and quickly ends the call. Just, discussing a business venture. Right. I pull out my phone and hit record, sliding it face down on the counter. A new habit I've developed since Mum's conversation about the will. Coffee? God, yes! Savannah sighs dramatically. I barely slept on the flight. First class isn't what it used to be. Must be rough, I mutter, thinking of my nightly routine of checking Mum's breathing every 2 hours. Bo drops into a kitchen chair. Speaking of rough, Ellie, you look tired. Maybe you should hire some help. I could loan you some money. He winks. From my inheritance. How generous. I pour coffee with slightly shaking hands. Considering you haven't contributed a dime to Mum's care. Savannah's perfectly plucked eyebrows shoot up. Excuse me, we send money. You sent $100, once, last Christmas. Well, we can't all put our lives on hold to play nurse, Savannah snaps. Some of us have actual careers to maintain. I set the coffee pot down hard enough to slosh liquid onto the counter. Play nurse? You know what I mean. She waves her hand dismissively. It's admirable, really. Such dedication, but let's be honest, you're kind of wallowing in it. Wallowing. The martyr act, Bo chimes in, scrolling through his phone. It's a bit much, sis. Something inside me cracks. 5 years of suppressed rage bubbles up like acid. You want to know what martyrdom looks like? Try changing your mother's sheets at 3 a.m. because she's too weak to make it to the bathroom. Try watching her cry because she can't remember your name. Try doing it alone because your siblings are too busy planning how to spend her money before she's even dead. Silence falls. Upstairs, a floorboard creaks. Savannah recovers first, her voice dripping with fake concern. Oh, honey, if it's too much for you, we can always look into facilities. I know a lovely place in... Get out. What? Get out. My voice is shaking. Both of you. Now. Bo stands, finally looking uncomfortable. Come on, Ellie, we're just trying to help. Help? I laugh, and it sounds slightly unhinged. The only thing you're helping is yourselves, to Mum's house, her money, her life, while she's still breathing. You're being hysterical, Savannah says coldly. This is exactly why you shouldn't be her primary caregiver. You're clearly not stable. She reaches for her phone, probably to document my breakdown for later use. But I'm done playing nice. Mum can hear you, you know, every time you come here and treat this place like your future investment property, every time you mock me for taking care of her, every single time. Something flickers across Savannah's face. Fear, maybe. Good. She's barely conscious most days, Bo scoffs, but he's not meeting my eyes. She's more aware than you think. I walk to the door and hold it open. And so am I. They leave, Savannah muttering about my mental state and Bo already back on his phone. I close the door and lean against it, heart pounding. Ellie? Mum's voice calls weakly from upstairs. Coming, Mum. I grab my phone, stop the recording and save it. Then I text Mr. Miller. Got another one for the file. His response is immediate. Perfect. Your mother will be pleased. The will is almost ready. I climb the stairs, each step feeling lighter than the last. Sometimes the best revenge is simply letting people reveal who they really are. Did you get it all? Mum asks, as I help her sit up in bed. Her voice is stronger today, and there's a glint in her eye I haven't seen in months. Every word. I play back the recording of Savannah and Bo's latest visit. Mum closes her eyes, listening to their casual cruelty with an expression that's almost satisfied. Perfect, she whispers when it ends. Mr. Miller needs this one too. I've been finding papers everywhere lately, tucked into books, hidden in old photo albums. Screenshots of texts, transcribed phone calls, notes about missed visits and broken promises. Mum's been documenting everything, even on her worst days. Here, she says, pulling a folder from under her pillow. Add these. Inside are printouts of Savannah's social media posts, carefully curated photos of her brief visits, captions full of hashtags like "Sure Family First" and "Crawt Blessed." But Mum has annotated them with the truth. Stayed 15 minutes, complained about the smell, asked about property values. You've been busy, I say, leafing through the pages. I had to do something while you were sleeping. She smiles weakly. Besides, revenge is excellent motivation to stay alive. The doorbell rings. Mr. Miller, right on time. Help me look presentable, Mum insists, smoothing her hair. I want to be sharp for this. I adjust her pillows, help her put on her good robe. By the time I let Mr. Miller in, she looks almost like her old self, the businesswoman who never took no for an answer. Sylvia, he greets her warmly, setting his briefcase on the bedside table. I have the final draft. Show me. I start to leave, but Mum grabs my hand. Stay, you should hear this. Mr. Miller pulls out a thick document. Are you sure about all of this? It's quite thorough. Read it, Mum commands. He clears his throat and begins. I listen in growing amazement as Mum's will unfolds, not just the distribution of assets, but a detailed accounting of the past 5 years. Every manipulation, every cruel comment, every broken promise from my siblings documented and addressed. To my eldest daughter Savannah, Mr. Miller reads, I leave $1 and this message. Your Instagram captions were beautiful. Your actions were not. Mum squeezes my hand as he continues. To my son, Bo, $1 and a reminder that the loans you took were documented. Every penny will be deducted from what you expected to inherit, if there had been anything to inherit. And the letter? Mum asks. Mr. Miller pulls out another document, ready to be published online and sent to every family contact the moment the will is read. Good. Mum's voice is steel. They think I'm a doddering old woman. Let them learn differently. Mum, I start, but she cuts me off. No, Ellie, I let them hurt you for too long. I let them take advantage of your kindness while they plotted to steal your future. She turns to Mr. Miller. Show her the main clause. He hands me a page. I read it, then read it again. Mum, this is everything. The house, the accounts, all of it? You earned it, she says simply. Not by being my nurse, but by being my daughter. My real daughter. Tears blur my vision. They'll fight it. Let them try. Mr. Miller sounds almost amused. Your mother's mental competency has been documented weekly. The evidence of their behaviour is extensive. This will is ironclad. My phone buzzes. Another text from Savannah about redecorating when the time comes. Mum glances at it and actually laughs. Oh, they have no idea, she says, settling back against her pillows. Mr. Miller, let's sign everything now. I'm feeling particularly clear-headed today. As I watch her sign page after page, her hand steady despite everything, I realise something. Mum's not just giving me an inheritance, she's giving me vindication, proof that every sleepless night, every sacrificed opportunity, every moment of care wasn't just noticed, it was valued. There, she says, signing the final page, now I can rest. Mr. Miller packs up his briefcase and Mum closes her eyes, suddenly exhausted. But before she drifts off, she murmurs, sometimes the best revenge is simply letting people reveal who they really are, and sometimes it's making sure everyone else sees it too. I tuck her blanket around her shoulders and sit back in my familiar chair, feeling something shift in the universe. The scales of justice are finally tipping. The hospice nurse touches my shoulder gently. It won't be long now, she whispers. Hours, maybe. Have you called her other children? I've called. I've texted. I've emailed. Savannah's assistant said she's in a very important meeting. Bo's voicemail is full. They're on their way, I lie, because it's easier than explaining. Mum hasn't opened her eyes in 2 days. Her breathing is shallow, each inhale a little struggle. I sit beside her bed, holding her hand, reading her favourite book aloud, even though I'm not sure she can hear me. My phone buzzes. Finally, a text from Savannah. In a crucial presentation, we'll try to get there tomorrow. Keep me posted. Tomorrow will be too late. She knows this. She has to know this. I set my phone down and continue reading to Mom. Pride and Prejudice. She always loved Elizabeth Bennet's sharp tongue and sharper wit. Halfway through chapter 12, her fingers twitch in mine. Mom? Her eyes flutter open, clearer than they've been in weeks. Ellie, she whispers, my good girl. I'm here. I lean closer. Savannah and Beau they're coming. A slight shake of her head. No need for more lies. Her voice is barely audible. The truth is in the will. Don't talk about that now, I plead. Save your strength. Listen, she insists. Don't let them make you feel small. You were always the strongest. Her words trail off. Her hand goes slack in mine. She's still breathing, but her eyes are closed again. The nurse appears with more morphine. Talk to her, she advises. Hearing is the last sense to go. So I talk. I tell her about my dreams, the ones I put on hold. I promised to go back to school, to travel, to live the life she wanted for me. I thank her for seeing through the facade, for understanding, for planning one final act of justice. Around midnight, my phone lights up. Beau. Stuck in Vegas, business deal. Tomorrow afternoon, okay? I don't respond. Instead, I hold Mum's hand tighter and whisper, they don't deserve you. They never did. At 3:47 a.m, Mum takes her last breath. It's quiet, peaceful even. The nurse helps me with the necessary calls and paperwork. By dawn, it's official. Savannah arrives at noon, designer sunglasses hiding her eyes, carrying a bouquet that probably cost more than my monthly grocery budget. Oh my God, she wails dramatically. I can't believe I didn't make it in time. Beau shows up an hour later, reeking of airport bar scotch. Tragic, he keeps saying, checking his phone between platitudes. Just tragic. The funeral home director walks us through arrangements. Savannah takes charge immediately. Nothing too expensive, she declares. Mum wouldn't have wanted that. She glances at me. Right, Ellie. I think of Mum's detailed funeral instructions, already filed with Mr. Miller. Actually, and we should list the house right away, Beau interrupts. Strike while the market's hot. Already called my realtor, Savannah nods. He can come by tomorrow. No. My voice surprises even me with its firmness. Excuse me? No realtors, no listings, not yet. Savannah's perfectly painted lips twist. Don't be difficult, Ellie. We need to be practical. Practical? I stand up. Mum's body isn't even cold. Which is exactly why we need to move quickly, Beau argues. Before the market. Get out. They stare at me. Get out of this house, both of you. Come back for the funeral, fine. But until then, stay away. You can't, Savannah starts. I can, I will. And if you try to bring a realtor here, I'll have them arrested for trespassing. Beau laughs nervously. Come on, sis. You're upset, we get it, but... No, you don't get it. I walk to the door and open it. But you will, soon. They leave, muttering about grief and hysteria. I close the door and lean against it, remembering Mum's last clear words. Don't let them make you feel small. I pull out my phone and text Mr. Miller. She's gone. When can we read the will? His response is immediate. Everything is ready. Let's give them the show they deserve. I look at Mum's favourite chair, still holding the shape of her, and whisper, soon. Mr. Miller's office feels too small for all the tension it's holding. Savannah perches on the edge of her chair, designer handbag clutched like armour. Beau sprawls in his seat, feigning casual confidence, but his leg won't stop bouncing. Before we begin, Mr. Miller says, arranging papers on his desk, I have something for Ellie. He hands me an envelope. From your mother. She was very specific about you reading it first. Savannah's perfectly maintained smile cracks slightly. Why does she get private correspondence? Mr. Miller cuts her off. Sylvia's instructions were explicit. My hands shake as I open the envelope. Inside is a single sheet of paper with Mum's familiar handwriting. My dearest Ellie, by now they're probably already planning how to spend what they think they're getting. Let them. Sometimes the best moments in life come from watching karma unfold in real time. You were always the bravest of my children. Now be brave one last time. Sit straight, hold your head high, and watch justice happen. All my love, Mom. I fold the letter carefully and tuck it into my pocket. Savannah's eyes follow my every move. Now then, Mr. Miller clears his throat. Shall we begin? Finally, Bo mutters, already reaching for his phone. I have a meeting at. You'll want to pay attention to this, Mr. Miller says sharply. And phones away, please. This is being recorded. He picks up a thick document and begins reading. The standard legal language washes over us, until suddenly Savannah sits up straight. Wait, she interrupts. What was that about personal effects? I'll repeat, Mr. Miller says calmly. All personal effects, including jewellery, artwork and family heirlooms, are to be given to Ellie with specific instructions for their care and keeping. That's ridiculous, Bo scoffs. Mum's diamond collection alone is worth. Moving on, Mr. Miller continues, the family home and all associated property. Yes? Savannah leans forward. Is transferred in its entirety to Ellie. The silence is deafening. That's impossible, Savannah whispers. The contents of all banking accounts, investment portfolios and insurance policies, Mr. Miller pauses, adjusting his glasses, are to be distributed as follows. 90% to Ellie. Bo stands up so fast his chair tips over. This is a joke, right? Where's the other 10%? Face. 5% to the hospice centre, Mr. Miller reads, and the remaining 5%. He looks up, his expression neutral, but his eyes gleaming. Is to be divided equally between Savannah and Bo after deducting all documented loans and unpaid debts to the estate. Savannah's face has gone from fake tan orange to ghost white. Debts? Yes, Mr. Miller pulls out another folder. Your mother kept meticulous records. Shall I read them? This isn't legal, Bo sputters. She wasn't in her right mind. I have weekly documentation of her mental competency, signed by 3 separate physicians. Mr. Miller's voice hardens. But we're not finished. There's an addendum she specifically requested be read aloud. He pulls out a final envelope, thick with papers. My heart starts racing. I know what's in there. Every recorded conversation, every cruel text, every social media post with Mum's brutal annotations. You can't do this. Savannah stands, her voice shrill. I'll contest it. Sit down, I say quietly. You wanted an inheritance? Here it comes. Mr. Miller begins reading. With each word, each exposed lie, each documented betrayal, my siblings seem to physically shrink. When he gets to the part about their real estate plans, made while Mum was still alive, Savannah starts crying. By the time he reaches their recorded conversations about putting me in my place, Bo has gone completely pale. Finally, Mr. Miller says, there's one last envelope. Instructions for a public letter to be posted online and sent to every family contact. You can't, Savannah whispers. Mom could, I reply, and Mom did. Bo grabs his coat. This is insane. I'm calling my lawyer. Good idea, Mr. Miller nods. He can explain how airtight this all is. I sit back, Mum's letter crinkling in my pocket, and watch as everything they thought they knew crumbles around them. Sometimes revenge doesn't need to be loud or dramatic. Sometimes it just needs to be thorough. To all friends, family and associates, Mr. Miller reads from the final letter. I, Sylvia, write this in full possession of my faculties, with a clear mind and clearer purpose. Savannah's mascara runs in black streaks down her face. Bo's lawyer hasn't answered any of his frantic calls. My daughter Savannah, the letter continues, has made a career of appearances, so let's discuss appearances, specifically the $47,000 she borrowed from my accounts while telling everyone I was confused about my finances. The dates and amounts are attached. Mother was sick, Savannah chokes out. She didn't know what. The screenshots of your text messages suggest otherwise, Mr. Miller interrupts, turning a page. Particularly the one where you wrote, and I quote, "Just get her to sign. She won't remember anyway." Bo starts edging toward the door, but Mr. Miller's next words freeze him in place. My son Bo, ever the entrepreneur, convinced me to invest in 3 failed businesses. What our family doesn't know is that these businesses were fronts for paying off his gambling debts. The casino records are attached. Those were legitimate, Bo starts. The Vegas casino's collection department disagreed, Mr. Miller notes dryly. Their letters are included. I sit quietly, watching years of carefully maintained facades crumble. Mum's revenge isn't just about money, it's about truth. But perhaps most telling, Mr. Miller continues, are their documented discussions about their sister, Ellie. My heart stops. While Ellie sacrificed her career, her relationships, and her future to care for me, her siblings plotted. They called her pathetic, calculated how to minimize her inheritance, planned to have her declared emotionally unstable after my death. Savannah's sob catches in her throat. We never... February 15th, Mr. Miller reads. Text from Savannah to Bo. We can get her declared unfit. She's basically had a breakdown anyway. No judge will give her control of that much money. The room spins slightly. I knew they'd plotted, but hearing it laid out so clinically. March 3rd, Mr. Miller continues relentlessly. Bo to Savannah. Just let her play nurse. We'll handle her after. Already talked to a lawyer about conservatorship. Stop, Bo whispers. Please, but Mum's letter isn't finished. To my community, who watched Ellie give up everything while my other children posted performative concern on social media, here is the truth. Here are the receipts, the records, the proof. Judge them as you see fit. Mr. Miller sets down the letter. This will be posted online within the hour. Copies will be emailed to everyone in your mother's contact list, including business associates, social circles, and extended family. Savannah launches herself across the desk, reaching for the papers. You can't. My reputation is exactly what your mother intended to destroy, Mr. Miller says calmly, moving the documents out of reach, along with the carefully constructed lies you've built your lives upon. I'll sue, Bo threatens weakly. Both of you. The estate. Everyone. With what money? I ask quietly. Your debts to Mum's estate exceed your inheritance by about... What was it, Mr. Miller? $127,000, he supplies, each. The silence that follows is absolute. You have 24 hours to vacate any property belonging to the estate, Mr. Miller informs them. After that, you'll be trespassing. Savannah stands on shaking legs. Ellie, please, we're family. Family? I meet her eyes. Family shows up, family helps. Family doesn't plot to have their sister declared mentally unfit while she's changing their mother's diapers. We can explain. No need. I stand, suddenly tired of all of it. Mum already explained everything perfectly. They leave separately, Savannah practically running, Bo in a daze. Through the office window I watch them go. 2 perfectly polished people whose masks have finally shattered. Your mother, Mr. Miller says softly, spent her final months ensuring this moment would happen exactly this way. She wanted them to feel as exposed as they made you feel all those years. I touch the letter in my pocket. Did she succeed? He glances at his computer, where notifications are already popping up as the email blast goes out. I'd say she exceeded all expectations. I think of Mum's last clear-eyed smile, of all the quiet hours she spent documenting, planning, ensuring justice would outlive her. Good, I whisper, good. The fallout is nuclear. Within hours of Mum's letter going public, Savannah's Instagram followers watch her carefully curated life implode in real time. Her stop blessed posts about family values disappear one by one. Her phone won't stop ringing with calls from friends seeking explanations. My old college roommate Ruby calls around midnight. "Holy shit, Ellie! I just read everything. Are you okay?" I look around Mum's empty house, my house now, and try to find the right words. I'm free. "I should have been there for you," Ruby says. "All those years I had no idea how bad it was." Nobody did. That was the point. I sink into Mum's favourite chair. They were really good at making everyone believe their version of reality. My phone buzzes with another text from Savannah. "Please, we need to talk. I can explain everything." She's still trying to spin it, I tell Ruby, even now. Of course she is. Her reputation is tanking hard. Did you see the country club already revoked her membership? I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised. Mum's letter went to everyone, including the social circles Savannah and Beau spent years cultivating. Beau's startup investors are pulling out, Ruby continues, and his gambling debts are public knowledge now. He's basically radioactive in the business world. As if on cue, my email pings. It's from Beau's wife, soon to be ex-wife according to the message. She wants to know if the casino records in Mom's letter are complete for her divorce lawyer. "They're imploding," I say quietly. "Good," Ruby's voice is fierce. "They deserve it, every bit of it." Another call beeps through, a number I don't recognise, probably another reporter. They've been calling all day, hungry for more details about the viral deathbed revenge story, as they're calling it. "The thing is," I tell Ruby, "I'm not even enjoying it like I thought I would. I'm just tired." "That's because you're not cruel like them. You never were." My doorbell rings. Through the window I see Savannah on my porch, looking nothing like her polished social media photos. Her makeup is smeared, her designer clothes wrinkled. "I have to go," I tell Ruby. "Savannah's here." "Want me to come over?" "No, I need to do this alone." I open the door but block the entrance. Savannah looks up at me with red-rimmed eyes. "Please," she whispers. "Everything I've built, it's all falling apart." "You built it on lies." I know that now." She runs a shaking hand through her hair. "But you have to help me. Tell everyone it was a mistake, that Mum was confused." "Stop." My voice is quiet but firm. Mum wasn't confused. She was brilliant. She knew exactly what she was doing. "Then why?" Savannah's voice cracks. "Why would she destroy us like this?" "Because you tried to destroy me first." I step back from the door. "You plotted to have me declared mentally unfit. You were going to take everything, not just the money, but my dignity, my autonomy, my entire life." "We wouldn't have." The conservatorship paperwork was in Mum's files, already filled out, just waiting for her death. Savannah's face crumples. "I'm sorry." "No, you're sorry you got caught. There's a difference." "What can I do?" she pleads. "Tell me how to fix this." I look at my sister, really look at her. Behind the designer clothes and careful makeup, she's just a scared woman whose actions finally caught up with her. "You can't fix it," I say. "That's the point. Mum made sure of that. The truth is out there now, permanent and public, just like all those social media posts you made pretending to be the perfect daughter while I changed Mum's sheets at 3 a.m. "Ellie." "Go home, Savannah. Live with the consequences of your choices. I did, for 5 years." I close the door on her protests and lean against it, listening to her heels click down the porch steps for the last time. My phone buzzes again, Ruby sending a simple heart emoji, then another message from Mr. Miller. "Your mother would be proud." I look at Mum's empty chair, remembering her words about letting people reveal who they really are. She didn't just expose their cruelty, she forced them to face it themselves, and somehow that feels like the perfect revenge. The hospice centre's walls are painted a soft blue now, nothing like the stark white I remember. I adjust my volunteer badge and knock gently on room 214. "Come in," a tired voice calls. Inside, a woman about my age sits beside her father's bed. The same chair, the same posture, the same exhausted determination I know too well. "I'm Ellie," I say softly. "I'm here to give you a break." She shakes her head. "I can't leave him. 2 hours, I promise. Just enough time to shower, eat something real, maybe call a friend." I see the hesitation in her eyes. "I've been where you are. I understand." Something in my voice must convince her. She stands slowly, joints cracking from sitting too long. "You'll call if anything changes?" "Immediately." After she leaves, I settle into the familiar chair, take out a worn copy of Pride and Prejudice, and begin reading aloud to her father. Some habits never fade. My phone buzzes, Ruby reminding me about dinner tonight. She's been my lifeline these past months, helping me rebuild the social connections I'd lost during my caregiving years. The patient stirs, eyes opening briefly. "Sarah?" he asks, confused. "No, I'm Ellie. Sarah will be back soon. Would you like to hear more of the story?" He nods slightly, drifting back to sleep. I continue reading, the words as familiar as breathing. Later, walking through the parking lot, I spot a familiar figure by my car, Beau, looking older and considerably less polished. "I heard you volunteer here," he says awkwardly. "What do you want?" He shifts uncomfortably. I'm getting help for the gambling, real help this time." "Good for you." "And I've been thinking about Mom, about everything." He runs a hand through his greying hair. "You were right to let her expose us. We deserved it." "This isn't about deserving," I say. "It's about truth." "Yeah, well, the truth hurts." He attempts a weak smile. "Savannah's moving to Arizona. Fresh start, she says. She's actually getting a real job." "I know. Her divorce lawyer contacted me about some paperwork." Beau nods. "Listen, I don't expect forgiveness." "Good, because you're not getting it." "But I wanted you to know that Mom was right about you. You were always the strongest one." I unlock my car. "Is that all?" "No." He pulls out an envelope. "I found this in my old files. It's the conservatorship paperwork we had drawn up. I thought you should have it. As a reminder, maybe, of who we were, who I'm trying not to be anymore." I take the envelope but don't open it. "Goodbye, Beau." "Yeah, goodbye, sis." I watch him walk away, shoulders slumped, nothing like the arrogant brother who once planned to take everything from me. Then I drive to Mom's grave, my weekly visit. The groundskeeper has kept her flowers fresh, just as I arranged. I place a single rose beside them and sit on the small bench. "You'd be amused, Mom," I say quietly. Savannah's actually working retail, Beau's in therapy, and I'm back at the hospice centre, but on my terms this time. A warm breeze rustles the flowers. Ruby thinks I should write a book about it all. The ultimate inheritance, but she calls it. Not about the money or the house, but about how you gave me back my life by exposing the truth. I take out the conservatorship papers Beau gave me and slowly tear them to pieces, letting them scatter in the wind. But I don't need to write it down. Living it is enough. Being free is enough. My phone buzzes, a text from Sarah, the woman from room 214. "Thank you for today. Having someone understand, it means everything." I smile, thinking of all the Sarahs out there, all the exhausted caregivers fighting their own battles. Mum's revenge wasn't just about justice for me. It was about truth, about consequences, about making people face who they really are. Standing, I touch Mum's headstone one last time. "I got the best inheritance of all," I whisper. "I got to be your daughter, your real daughter, and that's worth more than anything they tried to take from me." The setting sun casts long shadows as I walk away, leaving the torn papers behind. Some endings aren't about forgiveness or reconciliation. Sometimes they're simply about being free to begin again,